Hello, everybody. This is Stacey from The Advisor. I'm really excited today because we have Mario Lopez with us today, and he's here for the Dream Chasers 5K run, and we're going to talk to him for a few minutes. And I got to tell you, you do it all. You know, you're an actor, you're a host, you're a family man, and you're an advocate for health. And I know that, you really have a story behind it, why you become so compassionate about health. And I heard that it started when you were younger, when you had some problems with your, I think it was your stomach.
Oh, you're going way back.
I'm going
When
way back.
That's when I was born, and that was that's a wild story. I was healthy initially when I was born, and then I took a turn for the worse, and my stomach wasn't fully developed really. And long story short, I got to a really bad place, but I ended up obviously making a comeback.
Yeah.
and all is well. But ever since I was little, maybe that sort of inspired it in a subliminal way. But health and fitness has always been a top priority in my life, and more so even as I've gotten older. And I always say, if you don't make health your top priority, what good is anything else? Because when your health is not there, you quickly realize how important it is and how nothing else really matters.
I agree with you. I feel like a lot of times people wait till the very last minute when something breaks.
Right.
And then they go and they try to figure out, what should I do? And they're
Right.
all spasmodic about it.
You're exactly right. And it's all about being preventative and being one step ahead and being aware of what's going on in your body.
Now, is this why you have really been passionate about home health? Because they look about preventing the illness and the disease before it actually occurs?
Yeah, I was really excited to partner with Hone Health because we essentially have the same sort of philosophy, making health a top priority, becoming aware of your body, optimizing your health with the blood work, finding out what's going on internally. And it's on you at that point, how much you want to address, what you can. And that's exactly what I'm about. I want to embrace hopefully longevity and be here for my kids and their kids. And
Yeah.
I think you can have a very full, healthy, happy life if you just kind of take the steps towards being knowledgeable about taking care of your body.
Oh, definitely. Now, what changes have you seen since you started Home Health?
Well, I just like having the power of knowing what's going on, because prior to doing any sort of blood work, you really don't know what's going on with all your levels and with all your body. So the fact that you do know and you're aware, and knowledge is power, you become more confident in the way you're going to approach your day-to-day life, and you're just overall happier, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. Now, what advice do you have for people who are, between the ages of maybe 35 to 55, that are starting to go through changes in their body and they're not really being proactive about it? Like, what advice do you have for those people?
Well, first of all, it's never too late. That's number one. And I think, again, I stress what I've always have. You should make your health your top priority. So for yourself and for everyone else that you care and love, so you can be there for them. And I think the more you become aware of what's going on with your body, the more you're in tune with it, the more you can take care of yourself, and the better the life you'll have.
Oh, 100%. Now, you have a very active life, so you have a lot of things going on in your life. How do you set boundaries so you keep your life balanced?
Well, again, I make the health number one, and I make sure to take care of that. I get up every day, no matter what time, early usually, to get some exercise in, and then that way I can attack my work. Later on that day, I can be there for my family. I'm not just giving them leftovers,
Yeah.
and it's sort of complemented every aspect of it.
Now, do you think that food plays a huge role in how our bodies, develop and how it affects us?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't necessarily consider myself a calorie counter, but I try to have a sensible looking plate with a balance of protein, carbs, and fat on it. And I think that's the thing. There's no real secret. You have a sensible looking plate. You have something to look forward to, maybe on the weekends or a particular cheat day that you'd like. That with getting the body moving, it's really no secret. And then if you start doing and working with like a company like Home Health, then you can really kind of take it up a level and optimize.
Right. Now, do you notice that when you started with Hone Health that you started to learn a lot, that things that you didn't even realize before? Because they deal with hormones, they deal with lots of different
Sure.
things. I know that they're opening up the company to, more things about women and hormones, and they're really getting into, doing home care too. So, what are your thoughts about that?
I think it's great, especially as you get older, your body's constantly changing. You want to become aware of what's going on, and hormones both with men and women. You need to, if you really want to, again, optimize your life and just be educated on what's happening with you and how to best serve yourself, then Hone Health is great for that.
And do you feel that exercise plays a big role in your life? Because I know that you're really proactive when it comes to
Hmm.
exercise. Do you make time like during the
Every
week?
day, every day it's a priority. Every day, maybe I'll take a day off during the week, but I really don't feel like I've woke up unless I've broken a sweat, and not just physically. I think mentally, it's a big stress reliever, and if you're dealing with any sort of anxiety, it complements every aspect of my life as well.
I agree with you. I think. Do you feel like some people don't have the mentality that, or they haven't built up the stamina yet to work out for a long period of time? Do you think people really need to work out like long periods of time, or if they get that 15, 20, 30 minutes of exercise, that's good enough?
Absolutely. As long as you get the body moving, you start to break a little sweat, and whatever pace that may be, and you could start off 10, 15 minutes, and you gradually will build. It's a healthy addiction, if anything, and it's something you should definitely incorporate every day.
I love that. I feel it's so important. Do you ever use meditation, or do you take time out for yourself?
Absolutely. I do like to and pray at the same time, which I essentially, I guess, is a form of meditation. So,
Hmm.
being still and is something I incorporate in my daily life.
I love that. I think it's really important that we take time out for ourselves. I think a lot of times we neglect ourselves and we forget to give ourselves that self-love, you know.
Yeah, you have to take care of yourself. Take a little time for yourself because that way you can be there for others. So, yes, that is something that you should prioritize.
I love that. Now, if you had to tell, give some advice, maybe like 5 things that you wanted to like suggest to people on how to, give them encouragement, how to improve their overall lives, and because a lot of times people, they think they can't do it. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, number one, you got to get in the right headspace. Once you commit to wanting to better your life, then you have to know that number one, it's never too late. Once you make that choice, then it does require a certain level of commitment and discipline, but it's not a heavy lift. And it's just a matter of educating yourself. It's a matter of getting your body moving every day. It's a matter of having like a sensible looking plate. If you really want to optimize, you get involved with someone like Hone Health and you can take it to a whole nother level. Um, and it'll do nothing but improve the life that you're leading, and you'll be better for others.
I love that. I love that. Now, if there's anything else that you'd like to share with the audience that you feel would be beneficial, is there some advice that we haven't tapped into today that you want people to understand about Hone Health and the benefits that it has for others?
I can't stress enough that everyone should really make their health a top priority. And as we get older, I think it becomes even more, should become even more of a focus in your life. Longevity is something that you can now lean into and embrace. And we're blessed to have the power and the knowledge and um, to do, to have the tools that can really help us live our life to the fullest. And partnering with something like Home Health makes that easier,
Yeah.
a lot easier, and I don't think you'll regret it.
I think what I like about Hone Health the best is that they're giving you an option to do something naturally. Where so many times people go to the doctor will give them a prescription, they'll take that prescription, they'll get side effects from it, they'll go back to the
Hmm.
doctor says, well, here's a prescription for those symptoms, and before you know it, you have a whole pharmacy in
Right.
your bathroom, and you're not getting any better.
I agree.
Well, this has been wonderful. I thank you so much, and I appreciate you coming on the show and telling us about a little about you and a little about what you think about health and how to like overcome some of the obstacles. Now being an advocate for others, I think is wonderful, and I thank you so much
Oh, well,
for
thank you. I
you know
appreciate it.
you
Appreciate
know.
your time.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Nice getting you.
Nice to meet you.
All right. Thank you.